All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jimmy Fowler. I'm the warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service in Houston, Galveston. And this afternoon, I'll be giving you an update on the newly formed Tropical Storm Arthur, as well as talking about the upcoming heat impacts that we are anticipating beginning tomorrow into this weekend. Situation overview. Tropical Storm Arthur formed off the coast of Matagorda earlier this morning. We have seen some gusty winds occur along the immediate coast. Uh, Overall, though, for impacts for Southeast Texas for Tropical Storm Arthur, we're anticipating the continued hazardous marine conditions, some minor coastal flooding, and then we have seen some strong wind gusts to around 45 to 60 miles per hour along the immediate coast, but these winds should subside by the late afternoon into this evening. For the flooding, the majority of the heavy rainfall has now moved off the coast and is on the east side of Tropical Storm Arthur. The threat for additional inland flooding has ended, so the flood watch has been canceled. The heat indices beginning tomorrow, we're looking at them rising to around 107 or higher, and that will continue into this weekend. We may see a little bit of a reprieve beginning Saturday, but tomorrow and Friday is looking particularly hot. And because of that, heat advisories have been issued. So, what has changed for the past 24 hours? The heavy rainfall threat has ended, and thus the flood watch has been canceled. The potential tropical cyclone 1 has been upgraded to Tropical Storm Arthur, and those heat advisories have been issued for all of Southeast Texas Thursday and Friday. More on Tropical Storm Arthur. Uh, right now it has max sustained winds of around 45 miles per hour, moving northeast at around 9 miles per hour. It's going to kind of skirt along the Southeast Texas coastline through the remainder of the day, and then make landfall somewhere along the upper Texas coastline near the Texas-Louisiana border this evening. Gusts to tropical storm force winds will be possible along the immediate coast, with sustained tropical storm force winds possible over the coastal waters. A tropical storm warning is now in effect for coastal Brazoria, coastal Galveston, and Chambers counties through 9 a.m. tomorrow. However, this is likely will be dropped before then. Continue to check hurricanes.gov for the latest information. So here is the configuration for the tropical storm warning. Again, it is in effect for coastal Brazoria, coastal Galveston, Chambers County, and then as well as Galveston Bay, the nearshore waters off of Galveston Way, and then the offshore waters. Particularly for Galveston Bay, those higher wind gusts to tropical storm force winds are going to be more felt towards the lower part of the bay, with winds, we're seeing winds around 40 to 60 miles per hour uh, at times. These are the peak wind gusts that we have seen so far today. So as you can see, we have seen quite a few wind gusts to around 40 to near 60 miles per hour along Galveston Island and Bolivar Peninsula. I will make note of two observations on here. So this 81 offshore, that is on an oil platform that is about 1,000 feet up. So it has a bit higher winds there. And then this 40 mile per hour wind gust near downtown Houston is on top of a helipad. So again, that is also an elevated observation. But we have seen wind gusts to around 60 to 65 miles per hour along Galveston Island. No change for the peak storm surge. We had high tide experiencing this morning going into this afternoon. We're seeing elevated tides to around 3 to 4 feet above mean low water, so that's mean low tide. Overall, we're just anticipating some minor coastal flooding impacts, with the most likely area to see those minor coastal flooding impacts being the Bolivar Peninsula. So a coastal flood advisory is in effect for the immediate coast for Galveston Island southward, and then a coastal flood warning is in effect for Bolivar Peninsula. This is a map of the current radar. So as you can see, the showers and thunderstorms have largely diminished across the area, with only some light showers appearing along the immediate coast. The majority of those strong storms and heavy rainfall has now moved off the coast and is on the east side of Tropical Storm Arthur. These are the rainfall totals across the area for the past 24 and 72 hours. So over the last 24 hours, we have seen the majority of the heavy rainfall fall down along the coast in Brazoria County into Galveston County. Even have some rainfall totals nearing 9 inches down in coastal Brazoria County. Over the last 72 hours, we have pretty widespread reports of 4 to 6 inches across the area, with some isolated higher amounts. We do see that band from that heavy rain that fell yesterday across Montgomery County, where we see some isolated higher totals nearing 7 to 8 inches. And then down along the coast, in southern Brazoria County, looks like we have some rainfall totals over 10 inches. Taking a look at the rivers across the area right now, overall, area rivers are experiencing no flooding or are swollen, so that's nearing bank or action stage. We do have a few isolated spots out of bank, with Menard Creek at Rye in Minor and San Bernard at Old Ocean in Minor. Uh, we do have a link here for a list of any active flood warnings that are in effect. Now, talking about the heat, we have had quite a bit of moisture fall across southeast Texas over the past couple of days, so that's going to really help keep it very humid across southeast Texas. And as we see clearing skies and warming temperatures, that's going to lead to some pretty high heat indices across the region. So we're anticipating heat indices rising to above 106 tomorrow, and then triple-digit heat indices continuing through the weekend into next week. Because of that, we have issued a heat advisory across all of southeast Texas uh, for tomorrow, and we have already done it for Friday as well. We will be sharing heat safety information across our social medias platforms over the next couple of days, making sure everyone is staying hydrated and taking this heat seriously, especially if they're planning on being outside for extended periods of time. So overall, the flash flood threat has ended for southeast Texas. Tropical Storm Arthur has formed, and it is producing some strong wind gusts along the immediate coast. And then we are now going to be transitioning more to talk more about the dangerous heat that will begin tomorrow and continue into this weekend. This will be the last webinar for this event. Additional email briefings will be sent relating to the expected heat through this weekend.